it's an awkward conversation to have. It's so funny because the other night, my daughter's 6, and we were just having like a good touch, bad touch conversation with her about like what boundaries are and how like people have to knock on your door to enter or ask you for a hug. And if you don't want to give someone a hug, you don't have to. And like trying to make it as G-rated as possible.
Right.
Um, but even her little face was just like, wait, I have boundaries. I became like, and I just wanted to cry because I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't had this conversation. You are a 6-year-old young woman. Like, this is
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. And a lot of parents don't know when to start and what they're supposed to teach and how they're supposed to teach it. I mean, there's a lot of layers, and if you have trauma of your own, it just makes it that much more complex, right? And
Hmm.
I mean, I grew up with my mother is also a survivor. She was raped by her teacher when she was 14 and never told anyone until
Oh.
she was in her 70s. Like she held on to that her whole life. And in retrospect, it helped me to really understand her parenting because she was that overprotective parent that never let me do anything. And I was always so resentful about that, which made me rebel when I was in my teens. And it didn't prepare me, which is really what I want to always get across to parents. It's like you can overprotect and you can do your best to avoid those potential situations, but you're not arming your kids with the skills that they can then take into the world when they're on their own, because eventually they will be on their own, right? So my goal is to really help them break through that and learn how to teach this with confidence and to give their kids the skills, but also to help those parents have those boundary conversations with other adults, which is really also hard if you were never allowed to have boundaries, right? So,
Mm.
it's a lot, but it's also really empowering. And I just want to let parents know that it can feel overwhelming in the beginning, but it doesn't have to be if you get the right support. And it's also really healing and empowering for everyone involved.